NBA totals for Monday. This is a segment again where we look at totals. Excuse me. We're going live right now. Set by odds makers. We try to beat that total either going over or under. Kind of a rocky day yesterday, and that's the way it's been this year in the NBA. Like I mentioned the other night, it's been really good day, bad day, really good day, bad day. It's just kind of been going up and down like that. So hopefully we can get kind of on some kind of streak here. NCAA basketball, we have a segment out there as well. Check out the YouTube channel for Sportsbook review. That's been going great. So you definitely want to stay on top of that. SBRpicks.com, Sportsbook review, sign up bonuses, blacklist. It's all there at Sportsbook review. So be sure to check out our website. And we're going to look at some NBA totals real quick, though. National championship game today, Clemson, Alabama. That's going to be great. I kind of like Clemson. I actually kind of like Clemson on the money line. I think that's pretty good value on a really good Clemson team. Alabama is amazing. My assessment is this. If they played 10 times, I think Clemson could beat them 3 times. I really do. So maybe even 4. Alabama is a little bit better overall, and their defense is outstanding, but it's sports. Anything can happen. I say take a shot on the money line and forego the points. That's just me, though. All right, so let's go ahead. Back to basketball. Let's look at some NBA totals here today. And again, this is live, and this is live actually from Japan the morning of it's actually Tuesday morning for me. So we're going backwards in time to get some lines here for you guys. All right, here we go. Get some totals. First one up we got is New York and New Orleans. Oddsmakers have this at 215. Last time they matched up, just December 30th, it was at 215.5, and they went under. Now, what I find interesting about this line, oddsmakers set it at 215 again, and for good reason, because these teams can get up and down. But even more interesting than that is since 2003, this is the highest line they've ever had when these two teams have matched up. Of course, they're Western Conference, Eastern Conference, they don't meet up that much. But since 2003, they've never had a line this high. That 215, that's the highest they've ever had it. And although they went under last time, I don't think they do that today. So I'm going over the total New York, and New Orleans. Let's look at that last game. We had New Orleans beating New York 104-92. The pace was there. You had New York, of course. They're the fastest team in the NBA. They got up 93 attempts. New Orleans actually been a little bit more controlled this year, which is surprising for me with Alvin Gentry at the helm. And they're actually playing a little bit better defense. But let's look at these numbers at this game here. New York shot just 37.6% from the floor. New Orleans, not great, 44.7%. New York shot just 30% from distance. New Orleans, not bad at 41%. But New York couldn't make a bucket. I think that's going to change tonight. I think they're going to be able to score, especially because they're at home. Now, we look more at the statistics here. I already mentioned about that 215. I want to make sure you guys make a note of that because I always find it really interesting, those trends, if something looks just really off. New Orleans right now, they're averaging 102.2 points per game. That's a little bit low for them. They are starting to get healthy, though. They're not, New Orleans is not playing great basketball right now. That's easy to assess considering how many games they've lost recently. But I think they're a little underrated. That's not talent-wise, they're not bad. And Anthony Davis is a stud. So they're averaging 102.2 points per game. Their shooting percentages are not that great. They are shooting, however, 35% from distance. And they are getting up 87.1 field goal attempts per game, which ranks 5th in the NBA. That's what I'm talking about with Alvin Gentry. And they're going against one of the worst defenses in the NBA in New York, although they are playing a little bit better recently. Nice win at Milwaukee the other night for the Knicks. But still, you're talking about a New York team. They're allowing opponents to shoot about 36% from distance, 45% overall, which ranks about in the middle of the league. But they rank 20th in opponent shooting efficiency, just not a really good defense. And they allow 87.2 attempts per game, which ranks in the bottom third of the league. Overall, they're allowing 108.8 points per game. That's the Knicks. New Orleans is allowing 105.6 points per game. Again, defensively, they're better than they have been. But still, they allow opponents to shoot over 35% from distance. Overall, their statistics are pretty good percentage-wise, but it kind of reminds me, don't get me wrong, it kind of reminds me of Golden State. Now, they're not Golden State, but how they defend percentage-wise compared to the tempo, because you're talking about a team here that allows 89.8 attempts per game. That ranks 3rd quickest in the NBA. New York loves to get up and down the floor. They rank 1st in tempo, and they're a decent shooting team. They do shoot 36.6% from distance, which is a far cry from how they shot last time against New Orleans. I think they're going to score. I mean, they're averaging 105.7 points per game. That's not bad. They're ranked 13th in the league. Look for these two teams to score. I think they're going to score. I think they're going to get over the 215. All right, here we go. Next one up, we got Oklahoma City. Just 3 games on the card today. That's only 3 games out there. Oklahoma City, Chicago. This line actually has gone up, but I'm going under. 209.5 is what I have it, and I'm going to go under. They haven't played this year, and so it's, you kind of have to check out how they match up and how they've been playing recently to try and make a good assessment. Let's see here. Also, Billy Donovan and Hoiberg both like to go really fast. So if you're taking an under on this game, you better have good reason. And I think I have a good one, and I'll tell you about that in just 1 second. But you're talking about 2 pretty good scoring teams. Chicago's playing great right now. Oklahoma City's averaging 106.8 points per game. Do I need to even mention Russell Westbrook? He's been phenomenal. MVP right now. Chicago's averaging just 101.8. Now, surprisingly, kind of reminds me of that New Orleans team. Like Chicago last year with Hoiberg, they just got up and down the floor. This year, though, with that veteran core, they're playing better defense. And I'll tell you what I mean here in just 1 second. Oklahoma City, they're allowing 105.3 points per game. Not great scoring defense, but percentage-wise, again, not bad. When we look at their numbers. And they're not going as fast as they did last year. Last year, they were like in the top 3 in tempo. Right now, they rank, they're outside of the top 10. So they're not going quite as quick, because they just don't have as much firepower. Really good team scoring in the paint. But what I like, the under in this game, to stay under 209 is, although both these teams, the tempo is going to be there. It's pretty fast. But let's look at some defensive statistics from Chicago, and then I want to talk about one last thing. And the defensive statistics from Chicago are significant. Right now, they're 3rd in the league in opponent shooting efficiency, and they're 9th in opponent effective field goal percentage. That's really solid. Now, Oklahoma City, they love to get to the rack, get to the interior because they cannot shoot the 3, and I'll talk about that in 1 second. Right now, they're averaging 51.4% of their 2-point shots, but that's the point of contention. That's Oklahoma City. Chicago averages allowing opponents just 48.9%. That ranks 7th in the league defensively on 2-point shots. Oklahoma City cannot shoot the 3. I don't care what Russell Westbrook did the other night. You're talking about a team that shoots 33% from distance. That ranks 29th in the NBA. Now, Chicago, they're worse. 31.5% from distance. I guess maybe is Rondo shooting all their 3s? I don't know. I'd have to check that. Jimmy Butler's been fantastic. Him and Russell Westbrook might get over this total, but I don't think the teams are going to get there. They average 31. That ranks last in the league, 31.5. So that's why I kind of like under the total here. Neither team can shoot the 3. Chicago can defend the interior well enough, I think, to slow Oklahoma City down. I think it stays under the 209.5. Don't forget the hook. And that's what I got for that one. All right, last one up. We got Minnesota and Dallas. I'm going under the 195 in what should be a pretty uneventful game. They haven't matched up this year either, but these are just 2 not great scoring teams that go decently. So it seems to me Minnesota kind of plays to the tempo of their team. Not always. Like they had a really low scoring affair against Portland just last week, I believe. But for the most part, it seems like they play to the tempo of their team. Dallas is they're really struggling this year. Good veteran core too, but they just can't seem to do anything right. They're starting to play a little bit better if you've noticed the last couple weeks. They're averaging just 95.2 points per game. They were last in the NBA in scoring. And their shooting percentages are dreadful. 43% overall. That's 29th in the league. Minnesota, they're kind of in the middle of the league percentage-wise. They're averaging 103.1 points per game. But you're talking about Tom Thibodeau. He's not a transition up and down type of coach. They're averaging just 84.2 attempts per game. And this is the kicker for me. Minnesota, they're allowing 81.8 attempts per game. They're ranked 4th in the NBA. They go slow. Dallas, they're averaging just 82 attempts per game. They're ranked 29th in the league. This kind of reminds me of that, not to the same effect, but that Utah-Memphis game yesterday. A game I had over, foolishly enough, and they went well under the total, really slow. I look for that kind of style with this matchup here. I could talk about the percentages forever. Dallas is not a great defensive team. Minnesota is not a great scoring team. But, Dallas, they do allow just 36.4 field goals made per game. That ranks 3rd in the league. That's because they go slow. So I don't think they're going to get to the 195. I'm going to go under on that one. All right, quick recap, and I'll look at some spreads here real quick that I already looked at. But I'll go ahead and pull it up, make sure the lines haven't moved. For some reason, it's not coming up. 1 second here. All right, so let's just recap this. We got New York, New Orleans over the 215. Oklahoma City, Chicago under the 209.5. Minnesota, Dallas under the 195. For the spreads, we got 3 games today. I like Chicago at home. I like how they're playing. I don't think there's any injuries right now. Double check on that because that line moved. They were actually a small favorite, and now they're a small underdog. But I still like Chicago. I think they beat Oklahoma City. I like New Orleans getting the point. I think they beat New York straight up. New Orleans is due to go on a little bit of a run here. That's not a bad team. And I have no play on Dallas and Minnesota. And finally, national championship, I'll let Clemson. That's it. All right. So don't forget sbrpicks.com, Sportsbook review, YouTube channel, Facebook page. We have it all there. Bunch of free picks for you guys to check out. So, be sure to do that. Check out the pages. We're going to continue this segment. So tune in about this time every day for some NBA totals. And I wish you luck on your picks today.